Yeah, the hate, the grind, the sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key in combination. Keep it gold and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night, night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever band no mind and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They gon' let me when you shot it, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, bad time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubted me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. I remember being told, son, don't ever say it's old. For the girls, for the cars, for the fame, for the riches, for the gold.
This rivalry has been brewing for a long time, and it spills over tonight at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. And here he is, Terrence Crawford. And he weighed in at an even 61 kilos. He is 173 centimeters tall with a reach of 188. And they'll be facing Juan Manuel Marquez, 5'7" tall with a reach of 67 inches.
Yeah, if you've got a bro that's in front of you, that's going to put you under pressure, get to your ribs and get close, you've got to be fast on your feet. If you've got the height and the reach, which I always go for, I depend on that. But if someone is going to push you back, keep pushing you down.
And here he is, Bud, Terrence Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska. Juan Manuel Marquez, one of the greatest fighters Mexico has ever produced, a world champion in 4 weight classes, and held 9 major world titles from featherweight to light welterweight.
It'll be ding-ding from first bell, they're off.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now from Mexico City, here is the Hall of Fame 4-division champion of the world, Juan Manuel "Dinamita" Marquez.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
This is the fight of pride. This is 2 warriors that want to get in there and beat the hell out of each other. This is that fight.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Through the hook, didn't land. Nice lead hook. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
You know what, I've been in...
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Perfect counter shot. Do you believe this? It's bombs away. When you're at a reach disadvantage, you want to get out of the middle of the ring and push your opponent against the ropes.
Very smart, very sharp. This is the thick young man style that he's got to get inside that long reach. Not many fights can do that.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Missing with that right hook. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A lot of fans know how quick these lighter fighters can be, but tonight, don't be surprised if these don't pack a lot of power as well. There's a counter shot. Not a lot of defense here at all. There's a counter shot. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Good counter punching. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Focus back and get that jab back. With boxing, be smart.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe, just get your breath back.
Let's win this round, all right? Only one round that you lost, don't worry about it.
Set him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shot.
There and lose the match. You got to get out there, switch on, and get your boxing back together. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round.
Back at it in round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Punching. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
And forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Just missed with that hook. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he... There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym. Every single day they win. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
So far, both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. This is a high-octane battle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
There's the bell to start round 6. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catches.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Bravery being shown here is just incredible. Nice counter shot. That jab won't score. Nice job blocking the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Go back out there. Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Good work out there.
You've been coasting for this entire fight, and now you've landed.
Said, great work. Stay focused. Don't run back into the fight. Great.
Back out there. Take his confidence.
And there's the bell for round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dares do anything out of turn.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. There was the defense. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
You're much better than that guy. You're much better. He's not even
Smart. Good work out.
There's the bell to start round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Crawford in trouble. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
That's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Well done with that counter shot. Can't land that jab. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Beautiful counter shot. You miss with the jab. Seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
That was a terrible round, that was. Come on.
Big round, now relax. Good man, just saying it.
He's not even...
And there's the bell for round 9. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be... And down goes Juan Manuel Marquez. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will you continue?
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Is that forever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
Wow, so the referee is not going to stop it, and the fight continues. Some bruising, heavy shots. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Marquez in that last round. Boy, this... And here comes the 10th round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
You know, with lightweights, he's... Did you see that? Crawford... That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Jab slightly off target. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a...